Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the next heading of our macroeconomics, that is government budget and the economy. As we have already done in the last two chapters, that is money and banking, this is same as per the previous chapters, means theoretical chapter totally. So we are starting with the chapter government budget and the economy. What does it mean, government budget and the economy? Budget means it shows estimated receipts and estimated expenditure. Budget means a statement that shows, I'm repeating again, budget is a statement that shows estimated receipts and estimated expenditure of the government during a fiscal year. Fiscal year means financial year. Financial year means that started from 1st April to 31st March. So, first thing, it was already clear to you, that is, it is an estimated, not actuals. It means budget is prepared on the previous year's statements and it is made for the coming year. That is, budget is an estimated statement for the coming year. That is, estimated receipts and estimated expenditure of the government during a fiscal year. What was the main motto or what were the main objectives behind preparing of budget? First is contributes to GDP growth. Second is allocation of resources. Third is redistribution of income and wealth. Next is balanced regional growth. Next is employment opportunities. And the last but not the least, that is economic stability. So we are starting with the first heading, that is contributes to GDP growth. What was the main aim of the budget? It leads to increase in the GDP in an economy. Increase in the GDP means increase in flow of goods and services. When there was increase in the flow of goods and services, it means that there was increase in the income, which leads to increase in the standard of living of the people. Which leads to increase in standard of living of the people. This is the first main and foremost aim of the budget. That is, it leads to contributes to GDP growth. Second is allocation of resources. Allocation can also be termed as reallocation of resources. Allocation of resources means we need to distribute the resources in such a manner so that social welfare should be attained with the help of economic objective also. Means both the objectives should be attained, that is economic as well as social welfare. What does it mean? It means two policies were used. One is taxes and one is subsidies. Taxes were imposed on those goods which were dangerous for health. Taxes were imposed on those goods which were dangerous for health, and subsidies were to be provided on the basic necessities of life. So this was clear. It means taxes should be imposed on those goods which were dangerous for health, example tobacco, liquor and such things, and subsidies should be provided on the basic necessities of life. It means government should need to allocate the resources in that manner so that social welfare should be attained. Next, having redistribution of income and wealth. What does it mean? It means it was inequality between rich and the poor. Rich on the upper side and poor on the lower side. This is rich, this is poor. It means inequality was there, that is gulf between the rich and the poor was there. What we need to do, government should charge or imply taxes on the rich. When government imply taxes on the rich, income of the rich tends to reduce, and that income should be given to the poor in the form of subsidies. It means the poor should be increased or the poor should not be poor. That is, the main motto is to remove the gulf between the rich and the poor. It means taxes should be imposed on rich section of the society and subsidies should be given to the poor section of the society. Its main aim is to reduce the gulf between rich and poor. To reduce the gulf between rich and poor, but the main focus is to reduce the inequalities of income. Main aim is to reduce the inequalities of income between rich and the poor. Balanced regional growth. It means equal treatment should be there to all the areas. It means those areas were backward, we need to declare them as SEZ. SEZ means special economic zone. It means those areas should be declared as SEZ so that investment should be promoted in those areas which were backward. investment should be promoted in those areas which were backward. And how the investment should be promoted means two initiatives were given. One is tax concessions and the other is power supply at reduced rates. One is tax concessions, next is power supply at reduced rates. This was the main focus of the government budget, that is regional inequality should be removed, that is balanced regional growth should be there. Next objective of the government budget is providing employment opportunities to the unemployed section of the society. So different schemes were to be started by the government for providing opportunities to the unemployed section of the society. Next, having economic stability. Economic stability means situations related to mood or the market fluctuations can be ignored. That is two types of situations were there. One is inflation and one is deflation. These situations can be understood as like this. Inflation means there was already excess increase in the money supply in the economy. Deflation means there was reduction in the money supply in the economy. How to overcome this situation? We need to reduce the money supply to overcome the situation of inflation, and we need to increase the money supply to overcome the situation of deflation. So, four instruments should be used, or it can be also termed as fiscal policy. First is budgeted expenditure. Second, public debt. First is public expenditure, not budget expenditure, public expenditure. Next is taxes, and last is deficit financing. Two kinds of situations were there. One is inflation, one is deflation. Main motto is to reduce the money supply in the situation of inflation and to increase the money supply in the situation of deflation. Means public expenditure. Means expenditure done by the government on the public. That was reduced during inflation and increased during deflation. Public debt means public borrowings. Government should borrow funds from the public. It was increased during inflation and decreased during deflation. Taxes were increased during inflation and decreased during deflation. Deficit financing means printing of notes by the RBI. In the situation of inflation, RBI stopped printing of notes, and in this situation, RBI stopped printing of notes. These were the meaning of budget and the objectives of government budget. That is, first is contributes to GDP growth, second is allocation of resources, third is redistribution of income and wealth, next is balanced regional growth, next is employment opportunities, next is economic stability. Remaining we will continue in the next class.